All right, beautiful, wonderful people, wonderful viewers of High Television. You all are welcome to another edition of your societal program, Focal Point. How are you all doing? I hope all is well and we all are ready to dissect another topic, because this societal program is one in which we try to dissect societal ills. We try to make sure that we are doing our own part as people of the community to better it. We have to make sure that our community goes forward, whether some people like it or not, right? So some of the ills that we find in our community, because we have so many people in it, we need to talk about them and find possible solutions so that these ills can be eradicated or they can be curbed. That's why we've come again today. Happy weekend, and I hope the week has been a splendid one. For those of us who set goals and probably due to one reason or the other we are unable to achieve them, do not worry. As far as there is life, there is hope. So just keep on hanging in there and keep on praying and just keep believing that things will be fine. It's still very early for you to get discouraged. The year just started. All right. Okay, let's get into the program for the day. Focal point. Yeah, there's a number on your screen. You're going to send in contributions, because I am not all knowing. The person I've brought with me today is not all knowing. But then again, we have a little quarter to contribute, but we are counting on you a lot. There are two numbers on your screen: WhatsApp as well as normal calls. Now, do well to send in your contributions via any means. For those of you who do not want to text because you feel like whatever it is you want to say is too lengthy, you can send in a VN. We're going to make sense of what you said and pass it across. Good enough? Okay, now let's quickly have our talking point for the day. So today we are looking at youth and indecency in Buea. I repeat it, youth and indecency in Buea. I'm very certain so many people would put stones together to stone me, because why am I trying to talk about something like this? For some, it's a lifestyle. For others, it's fashion. Others, it's trendy. And they just want to belong. They just want to have fun. So why are we bringing it? And by the way, it is their life. Why do we find the need to talk about something or a decision that they've made consciously? Well, all of these questions you're having will be answered in the course of the program. I quickly introduce my guest to you, ladies and gentlemen. When you see a woman, you know there's power, because women are the givers of life. Women are the most endurant. Women are the most persevering. You can go on and on and on and on. It's not much, but woman, yeah. I'm talking about Pastor Agbo Evelyn. Good day to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And you're welcome to Focal Point. Is it your first time to be here?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Oh, but I hope it's not going to be the first knowledge to dish out.
It's not the first knowledge.
Okay. I'm happy to have you here. Pastor Evelyn is all the way from Douala. Pastor, can you talk a little bit about yourself, like just 5 minutes?
I'm a pastor, like owning a church. I'm assisting from Christ Gospel Ministry. We have a branch in Douala, in Buea, Douala, Yaoundé, some part of the city, Cameroon.
Okay.
Then I was a teacher.
Okay.
Now I am working with an NGO. So I am like the personal assistant to the GO of the NGO.
Okay. The PA.
The PA, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't really have much. A business person,
a mom,
a
wife,
so forth.
And a daughter, by the way. All right, welcome on board, and we're happy to have you here. Okay, so ma'am, today we are looking at youth and indecency in Buea. Someone said, why are you limiting it only to Buea? Why not Cameroon at large? I'm like, I live in Buea. I don't know how it happens in Douala. Maybe because you're from there, you can give us a little bit of that information. But then, when we talk about indecency, what is indecency?
It's not really lengthy to describe the word indecency.
Okay.
It's when somebody have decided not to be decent. Why somebody or what is indecency? All of us know the meaning, and most people know the meaning of indecency.
Okay.
If you're not decent, mean you're indecent.
Okay, so when we say decent, does it only have to do with dressing, or is it an all-encompassing word?
It's a general term. Like your manner, the way you are. Even there are many aspects like tattoos.
Okay.
They are indecent. Yes, because there are some jobs that you don't have. Appearance is indecent. It's not because maybe you may even put on a very long dress, but just your appearance, just your like people have piercing all over. Those are indecent.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've deal with people in the society. So I like, for example, I can say I know of a case that a lady lost marriage because she had a tattoo on her back.
Ma'am, what has a tattoo got to do with marriage?
Because the guy don't want tattoo, and there's a clause that people who tattoo are rough, people who tattoo are like they have their own way of putting them.
That's a topic all on its own. When they were dating, he did not know.
The guy was in the US and the lady was in Cameroon. So when the lady came to pick up the guy at the airport, so he discovered that the girl had a tattoo. There's like, you didn't show me this part of you. I can't get married to somebody like this because I'm from a Christian home, and my mom and my dad not accept somebody like this. So sometimes we us dressing indecent or being indecent, it costs our future. It's not only because you want to belong in the future for now, you're looking at your now and forgetting about your future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because as I said, it's a topic all on its own, like a whole topic. Why will I have a tattoo? It could be my past. That's why they say some pasts are horrible too. Anyway, so let's get back to our topic, indecency. Is there an indecent way of talking? Like, can you be indecent in your speech, in your conversation? When you conversate with someone, could it be indecent?
It depends the topic.
Okay.
Or it depends the manner of the discussion.
Okay.
Or whom you're having the discussion with.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, like I did say, that's our talking point on screen, youth and indecency in Buea. Apparently, we'll be having a couple of people, I think 1 or 2, join this set to discuss on this. So, Madam, I will just say Pastor Evelyn, when you look at the youth of today in your age group, when people were growing up, what's your appraisal? What can you see?
I can say it's like a transition that is from. It's like the more the days are going by, the more the days are passing, things become, or that is worst. Yeah, because this very Buea, I've lived in Buea. So when I was living in Buea in 2000, the way Buea is now, that was not how we feel.
Are you scared coming to Buea?
I'm scared coming to Buea. Yes.
I just had to ask that question because
I don't know. If your child is coming to Buea, you see, like from a child will leave secondary school coming to the university in Buea, you hear the parent be saying negative things. The parent will not even say positive things like, my daughter, as you go like this, go and learn well, be productive. They'll be telling you, if you go there, you go and join bad friends. So they have already put Buea in a
like they've already had a bad connotation.
Yes, because of what is happening in Buea.
But is it really true that the youth in Buea are so corrupt that we have to like advise our kids? I mean, like this very Buea, people get married every day. In this same Buea, people get good results, 25 points. So why is it that people really focus on the dressing of the kids in Buea? What is so indecent about their dressing?
I can't really say the people in Buea, the people that like the Buea people that spoiled Buea. I can say people that came from afar, that came from.
And I think this is one thing. This is where people are going to have a problem. Many people are like, I've heard this statement a lot. People say it's not really the Buea people, and then I'm like,
yeah.
But the Buea people are part of the children, right?
It's because they want to join the trend. That is like everybody wants to be hot. Everybody wants to be slay queen. Everybody wants to have long nails. Everybody wants to be. I want to be happening, babe. Things like that.
Oh wow, that's a new word, happening. That's just like you have gone down the streets. It's like you have been to the streets to really investigate this matter.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time I'm actually hearing this word happening, babe. Which one is happening, babe?
It's happening, babe. You don't know what is happening, babe. Like, I want to belong to the society of the rich and mighty. I want to be among the girls that when they say things are happening, my name should be mentioned. Yeah.
That's the happening,
That's
babe.
happening, babe.
Okay, so how indecent are the kids in Boya, ladies and gentlemen? There is a number right there on your screen. Let's take a little breather, okay? We're getting back to the broadcaster. It's going to play you something nice. The reason why we're doing this is so that others can settle very soon in the studio, and Madame Pastor Evelyn can also get herself ready to get into the nitty-gritty of the program. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Honey, I'm back.
You're late again.
Yeah, I saw your 1,000 missed calls. I just wish you can trust me.
It's a man of what a son. Anytime you day away from me, I got the call. When you no pick my call, the more you say my heart the cut. I be swear, say I no go love again. But it don't let I get to reach the pain. You get the way you get into my heart and slip and follow. My chérie, aïe aïe. No play with my heart, this love get today. Je t'aime beaucoup, ma chérie, aïe aïe. I know je t'aime beaucoup, ma chérie, lolo, it be the put me in solo, so reassure me, Nyango, say you gon' make me, Yamoe. I don't know where to start the story. You get things from my past, they haunt me. Some can scatter my heart for bandily. I be trust without a doubt, she break me. They be want me say, bad, I know agree. If the knock up from my eyes, I know see. You know our love is blind, oh, I know see. I know see.
Am I your zaddy, one and only? Do I drive you crazy? The way you drive me slow and slowly. Reassure me, baby, make I no worry and go easy, never feeling sorry. Cause I know you got me and you love me.
Am I your zaddy, one and only? Do I drive you crazy?
I ain't that kind of
Reassure me, make I no worry and go easy, never feeling sorry.
I bet but my journey check me, yeah. Anytime you day away from me, I go the call. When you no pick my call, the more you say my heart the cut. I been swear, say I no go love again. But it don't let I get to reach the pain. You get the way you get into my heart and slip and follow. My chérie, aïe aïe. No play with my heart, this love get today. Je t'aime beaucoup, ma chérie, aïe aïe. I know come back to play. This action beauté. Je t'aime beaucoup. If you want love me, then love me just right. You go be loyal and stay by my side. Come visit me, I give you all right. Just reassure me, you go stay by my side. My chérie, aïe aïe. I know come here today. This action beauté. Je t'aime beaucoup, ma chérie, lolo, it be the put me in solo, so reassure me, Nyango, say you gon' make me, Yamoe.
Le président Roger Chamonja, président Rovi Estates, Cameroun. Le président Dougou Etemo, Mama Plus Caprice, Hotel Gin City Bagno.
Mr. K Mix.
All right, welcome back. Truly, the youths of Boya are indecent. And why will people only focus on one particular aspect? Yes, when people are struggling to call, please, no calls for now. Why people will only want to term the youth of Boya to be indecent? Why not focus on the other things that the youth of Boya are doing? They are very viable. We have entrepreneurs here in Boya. We have so many innovative youths here in Boya. So why exactly, or what is that one thing that is pushing so many people to talk about the youth of Boya being very, very indecent? And someone is saying, you mean to say Moliko? We are saying Boya. I don't know what is pertaining here in Moliko. You explain to me and try to tell me, or try to explain better what you mean by Moliko. Okay, so Pastor Evelyn, for now you're still the one I'll stay with. Why are people so quick to say the youth of Boya, particularly Moliko, are too indecent? What is that one thing that makes them say that?
I just believe because of the center of attraction, like the university, is in Moliko. And because of that, many things happen today. Many people are passing. Many people always goes in and come out from there. So people have really like seen the indecency going in and
no, but the University of Boya does not permit indecency.
I don't
know. We dress properly before we get into school.
I don't know, so you can't really ask me that that what is we're talking about Boya. We're not talking about a particular area in Boya. So now if somebody have called your attention that Moliko, it means that the person knows where the problem is coming from.
So I'm just hoping that this person will call us and let us know why you mentioned Moliko. So go ahead with your narrative. What makes you scared? Because you said you're afraid. You don't know what is so particular about Moliko, but then why are you scared of coming to Boya? Why? Okay, if you were asked to bring your daughter to raise here in Boya, will you accept?
I won't really.
Why?
Because of the change of everything, the environment. Environment always causes changes in the life of children, the life of people, if they choose to.
Yeah.
Yes, because if somebody don't want to change from being from a good person to a bad person, that person will never. Like I say, if I don't want to be bad, I will never be bad. Like I said, I've stayed in Boya. I grew in Boya. I spent at least like 3 years in Boya. So, but if you want to trace, you'll not see Boya in me, in my deeds or in my doings. I'm not, let me know, clap for myself, but you will not see Boya in me. But others that came decide to carry the Boya on their head by doing what Boya is not.
Okay. Now this is someone who is out of the country and has stayed in Boya, and he says he's presently in the US. He says if the people saying this then travel out of Africa, they would die of heart attack. This is why I'm trying to do a comparison, because this person has stayed here and this person now stays out of the country, because there's in Sodom and Gomorrah. I really want to know these things that characterize Boya now to be an indecent place, or the people to be indecent. That's what we want to know.
One thing about us youth or Cameroonian is when we want to copy something, we copy the wrong thing. We don't copy the nice things.
We are innovative entrepreneurs. We copied that too, right? Didn't we? We now know how to do administration in the church. We copied it from the West.
Yes.
So why is it that you people want to only say they copied the bad things? We've copied good things.
You copy good things, but you are extremes sometimes. When you want to do the bad one, it goes extreme.
Okay.
That's why it's so like magnetic to people, for people to see. Yes, it's very magnetic for people to see the negative things. Like somebody will say that no matter how nice somebody is, the moment the person does something that is bad for one time, that bad will be like it will be
they'll use a megaphone.
It will be magnified more than what you have to. So now is Boya is in Cameroon.
Understand? Don't all of us wear dresses? Say no. Boya girls are the hot. I said, do we carry pepper on our body that we are supposed to be on our body that we are supposed to be? I don't understand. They said, no, we know Boya girls. When the Boya girl is living, to go to Limbe or to Dubai, the kind of things they wear, the kind of chains. And I was like, so if a girl puts on a short skirt, a short trouser, or a crop top, that girl is a boy girl. Is that what people are trying to say now?
That's what it's saying.
So those Douala girls wear crop tops, trouser tops.
Like I was saying before, you said I should explain more. I said we copy the wrong things.
Yes.
Naturally in Douala,
okay,
they can even dress half naked. That is their nature. Now, and the way she dress, a boy, a child wants to copy, or somebody from elsewhere wants to copy and copy it to the extreme. Now, you see, that's where the difference is, because originally the French person dresses like that. Me, I live in Douala.
Yeah.
But you can't see me dress like the way Francophone do dress. Because they have their way of dressing.
And those who are succeeding are using the advantage of the population. Every city has its critical. That is very, very true. Even the ones that even live with their parents. Have you been to some houses that you have a mom and a dad? Have you seen the kids there? They live like they want. So parental control does not necessarily mean that it's an absence of a parent. We could still have a parent, we could still have somebody who is very active, but then the discipline is not as effective as it will be, because what parents fail to understand is every child is unique. The discipline you're going to use for Suzanne will not be the same discipline you will use for Peter, because Peter is a very unique boy. Or let's say, let me not do a comparison between a boy and a girl. Let's say Peter and John. So the discipline you use for Peter will be quite different from the discipline you use with John, depending on how easy it is for them to take correction, how easy is it for them to be remorseful, how easy it is for them to even understand, because there are some kids that take time to understand.
That's when the day you realize that it was the work.
Yeah, because the devil can really, bring.
Sweetheart, the devil cannot choose your dresses from your wardrobe for you to wear.
Do we know? We are also aware of these adolescent tendencies, right?
Yeah.
That at some point maybe you just feel deviant. Yeah, in sociology they say the deviant age, where you just want to go against the rules. That it's not like they are indecent and not struggling to correct them. We are focusing a lot on the fact that these children are behaving this way, rather than trying to see what's causing it and how we can stop it. Don't you think so?
I don't think so, because for what you've explained, now you're only going to the spiritual aspect.
No, I'm going to this. I don't get that. Because normally a human being biologically, as you grow, there's adult and then elderly. Now, in these stages, we have different hormonal characteristics. When you're an infant,
like I said, and I'll still say, depend the environment.
Okay.
Yeah, because like, let me say, for myself,
okay,
I'm a mother of, by the grace of God, I have a daughter. She's 18 years old, and the two, one is 15 and one is 6 years. Okay. Now I'm a mother of 3. Yes, girls, not boy. But even if I'm not around, people will testify that mom is not around, but the children are never outside.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a break. We've got some people who have joined the panel, so we have to do a little bit of adjustment so that we can now get other views. So far, so good. It's only been Pastor Agbo Evelyn. Now we're going to get other views and try to see how we can really ameliorate this situation, not being judgmental, not trying to insult our youths, because I feel like naturally they are supposed to behave as youths, right? So we'll be right back.
Hey, pretty sweet girl, your love you don't capture my soul. Make I just confess all to you. Hey, mommy, you enrapture me, oh. If I kiss goodbye to you, my love will turn bitter charcoal. I lose control, and nothing becomes for me, darling. Remember, say I promise to be faithful and true. You can count on me morning to night. Why they do you wrong, I know they could fight. When they cut life, you shining brightly. Sacrifice my life, I'll be your night. Any place you go, me, I go to follow. Speak for you like a big they know. Money plenty, I don't withdraw. For you, darling, darling. Never say I promise to be faithful and true. I know take you for fool. Baby, baby. Believe me when I say yes, you know what about you. I'm not fit treat on you. Hey, pretty sweet girl, your love you don't capture my soul. Make I just confess all to you. Hey, mommy, you ain't rapture me, oh. If I kiss goodbye to you, my love will turn bitter charcoal. I go lose control. I know nothing to console me, darling, darling. Remember, say I promise to be faithful and true. I know take you for a fool, baby, baby. Believe me when I say yes, you know what about you. I know fit cheat on you.
My sunlight in your eyes.
See woman like kukuruku.
When I wake up by your side,
I went just for your fufu.
I'm completely hypnotized.
You be mommy water when you juju.
Anytime you start to smile,
your love make me happy, mumu.
happy,
Happy, happy, happy, mumu.
happy,
Happy, happy, happy, mumu. Cause I be so happy, happy, happy with you. Happy, happy, right. When they cut light, you shining brightly. Sacrifice my life, I'll be your night. Any place you go, me, I go to follow. Speak for you like a big they do, darling. Remember, say I promise to be faithful and true. I know take you for a fool, baby, baby. Believe me when I say yes, you know what about you. I know fit cheat on you.
my sunlight in your eyes.
See woman like kukuruku.
When I wake up by your side,
I went just for your fufu.
I'm completely hypnotized.
You be mommy water when you juju.
Anytime you start to smile,
Your love make me happy, mumu. Happy, 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 mumu.
happy,
Happy, happy, happy, mumu. Cause I be so happy, happy, happy with you. Muchacho Abu Midana, Abu Emmanuel, Abi.
Kokoza, like a this, like a that. Ayana.
Welcome back, beautiful viewers of High Television. For those of you who are just tuning in, we're still onto the societal program Focal Point. And like I did say before we took on this second break, when we come back, we'll be meeting all the faces. So we've been seeing Pastor Ebelin for so long, so let's rest, okay? Up top, let me just get to the person on my right. I'll be introducing another journalist. Someone who's very prolific and he's made a lot of waves, and he's still making a lot of waves. And I love the articulation, eloquence, and every other thing. I mean, he's a 10 on 10. We're talking about Metuge Stanley. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much, Mano. Thank you as well to all the televiewers of High Television. It's a delight to be here on this very cool and why not hot afternoon, especially downtown Molikopoya.
Madam Evelyn, did you hear that? He said hot, but you said where it's cold.
I say as compared to
No, I've said by the time we get to the afternoon, you will now tell me whether Boya is not hot anymore. All right, Stanley is not the only person who made his way into the studio. We have Prophet Wari. Good day to you, Prophet.
Good day. God bless you. I'm happy to be here. I'm not new here.
Of course not.
I'm old vessel in the house. So I'm grateful to be here, and I strongly believe that when we deliberate on this point, it will be a blessing to the society.
Our cameras are beaming on you. So, Prophet, today our talking point is youth and indecency in Boya. Pastor Evelyn did try to define indecency to her. Prophet, when you hear of indecency, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
When I hear of indecency, what comes in my mind is vulnerability.
Okay.
Yeah, because one of the dangers of indecency is that you become vulnerable.
All right.
So when the Bible says in Genesis chapter 2 verse 7, sorry that I'm going to the Bible.
It's okay, that's why you're here.
The Bible is not for Christians, the Bible is for life.
The Bible is for everybody.
It's for life. The Bible says that the word of God says that issues of life proceed from the Bible. So it's a manual for life.
Exactly.
It's a life and it's living. So when in Genesis 2:7, the Bible says the man and the woman, they were both naked, but they were not ashamed. So you discover that when they realized that they were naked, after they had fallen, they had to look for fig leaves to cover their nakedness. Genesis 3:7.
Okay.
So you see that indecency is the fallen state of man.
Okay.
Each time somebody becomes indecent, he has gone back to the Adamic nature.
Wow.
So it means that it was a state where man had fallen, and he's trying to cover himself with leaves. And you know that God's skin of the animal and clothed man. So God loves covering.
Okay.
God loves covering. He believes so much in covering. That's why the enemy had to present a shameful death to his son by exposing him on the cross naked. Because they know that he will touch the hearts of God because he loves covering. Right from the days of Adam, he had to cover man. Because God does not want us to expose ourselves. So when you are indecent, it means that you are advertising what is private to the public. There are some people that you don't even need to ask questions. Just see their attire, it will give you a definition of who they are.
Okay.
So when you are indecent, you are defining yourself without using words.
Wow.
So we must be very, very sensitive in the society on how we look and how we
Or a radio, for example, or even a phone, without you first of all knowing how to operate it.
You must-
So that's why there's a manual.
Exactly.
And the manual helps you to better understand so that you don't spoil it. And from what he said, when people lose their dignity, when people lose their sense of existence, like Adam and Eve did, they are bound to do things that goes beyond their comprehension. Because even if you ask them, why are you doing this? They have no excuse to tell you. You know, because the devil is out here, the Bible makes us understand, you know, like a roaring lion, seeking for who to devour.
Exactly.
And once it meets an empty vessel, it will simply use it. Go walk the streets of Moliko, for example, or the streets of Buea, and see a madman. A madman is just there to pick anything that he sees, you know, useless. He will pick it up. Why would he not come to your house and open your house and take something? No. He will just walk. He wants to see a container of something that nobody is using it. He picks it up because that thing is void of any ownership. It's exposed. Yeah. It's exposed, and that's how indecency has come, you know, to expose, you know, the weakness and senselessness of man. Because when you expose yourself, you're like that empty container on the streets. All right, so any man will just pass and pick you up.
But you know what Stanley said something that like sent cold down my spine. He said a madman picks whatsoever is on the shoe, like it's exposed. So I think that alone has already answered the questions of some girls why it's only mad people, crazy people who come your way. I think Metuge has just explained something. I'm telling you, it just made me. I was just like, God have mercy, these Moliko girls have to live this. Yeah. So Metuge,
probably just to reiterate that we are not stigmatizing.
No, we are not. We are not judging them.
We are not judging. We are not stigmatizing Moliko. Of course, it is our town and we enjoy it so much. But we are saying that we have people who have invaded Moliko with a hidden agenda, and they are helping the world to give Moliko a bad name. Because you said earlier that we have people in this Moliko. For example, the IT hub, how they call it, the technological village, the Silicon Mountain.
Okay.
All right. It's right here in Moliko. The best university in Cameroon is right here in Moliko.
Exactly.
You know, and other higher institutions of learning, even secondary schools, are here in Moliko. You know, why are people not talking much about it?
I'm telling you, that's the problem.
Because people who have come with a hidden agenda are struggling to tarnish the image of Moliko and tarnish the image of Buea as a whole. Because people who are not out of the Cameroon, you know, what out of the country, once you mention what part of Cameroon are you,
from Buea.
I'm Buea, like you know.
Like it's horrible.
It stigmatizes the town. Meanwhile, Buea is one of those best from history of this republic to present date. Buea has its place, and it's a noble place that produces noble people.
Exactly.
So the hidden agenda of those people of the underworld will never prevail because God is still on the throne.
Amen. I love that.
I think if I may add something, the reason why people talk and they stigmatize or criticize the youth in Buea or the indecency in their appearance is because Buea is a reformatory ground. So people with different kinds of characters and attributes, they come to the town for renewal. So you always see the outward appearance of the people because they are there to get knowledge to be transformed.
Okay.
So in the first appearance or your first view, you might get it wrong. People from Douala, Yaoundé, different regions, youth all over. Yeah. They'll come here and you cannot tell somebody, a prostitute coming to church, the conscience will come alive.
Okay.
So the knowledge that people receive in Buea is what brings transformation. That's why somebody can come here, maybe a drug addict or somebody that dresses funny, and at the end the person becomes the best IT engineer in the world. So why?
After having gone through the process.
After you've gone through the process.
Yeah, because I believe at some point the youths of Buea are very pushful. They have this notion of we have to do something. They're very innovative. You always find the youth of Buea struggling to do something, but then it gets so sad to find out that people still have this connotation that Buea is the present day Sodom and Gomorrah. It's just heartbreaking. Now, Pofewari, let me ask you this. If you look at the youth of Buea, like you said by first glance, that's what probably people are going to sum up as the youth of Buea are indecent. Well, let's look at your appraisal of the youth in total. When you look at them, what is that one thing, or what are those things that to you probably is the reason why people keep on addressing them as indecent youth? I've gone to Douala and someone asked me, where are you from? I said, I'm from Buea. I said, you don't look like a Buea girl. I was like, what? How do Buea girls look like? You know. What's this?
Okay, if I may say something here, I think the first thing that I have observed is is our desire to follow fashion. You know, people in Buea, they love to watch movies, novella, so they have to dress like Kado to go and attend lectures. I don't know whether in lectures you need to have a gun to be attacking your enemies. So they don't know they don't know the attire that matches the environment.
Okay,
that's just the problem.
Okay,
because some people who watch maybe a music, see how Malian is dancing, all this Aseka, strange and funny.
Okay.
Yeah, and it mounts up pressure now for them to start doing funny things to acquire the money to purchase those fashion.
Like I saw a girl around Team Bookshop, was sitting there doing something, and when this girl was coming down, the first thing that came to mind was, is there a swimming pool around here? Because she was dressed like she is from a swimming pool, or there's a swimming pool, and they were like, no, everyone was like, no, there's no swimming pool. And I was like, but why she dressed like this? This is an attire for the pool. So like you've said, there's like this confusion. You see something on social media, you don't even try to understand the context, which is the same thing that happens with the Bible. People read scriptures, they read verses, and they don't even try to understand the context in which that was said, and they just practice it, or just I will talk and for pigeon imitate. It's not the best. Okay, now Metoge Stanley, please let's enumerate those things. I want the youths to know we are looking at them. We've been observing, and we want to cancel it by naming, because even the Bible makes us understand that a closed mouth is a closed destiny. So if we can name those things that to us we think it is the reason why this Buea, this our beloved Buea that you say is historic, has such goodness in it, is now termed present day Sodom and Gomorrah, and it's paining us. We have to start naming those things out and calling the youth out so that they should know this is something we don't align with.
Yeah, definitely. You know that we have the world we live in is a world controlled by powers, spiritual, economic, financial, you can name the rest. And because of the cosmopolitan nature of Buea, it has opened her doors to receive the world. That's why today we call it the legendary hospitality. People have traveled from far away, especially with the present day crisis, where they can find solace is Buea. And because they have come to Buea, where they meet other people, they mingle, they are bound to copy examples that are worth not copying. He spoke earlier about television, you know, secondary to university, right here in Moliko. It has given many people now to open their businesses. Of course, the business that we have here in Buea or in Moliko can't be the same in class quarters, can't be the same in Buea town because of what the population. And Moliko is highly populated, you know, right here in Moliko. Who are the people working there? Out of 20 staff, for example, you'll find at least 18 girls.
Exactly.
And probably just 2 boys to help carry the crates, you know, when they're done, or 2 boys for the, you know, act like bouncers. But the rest, the servants, everything there are girls. And you need to see how these girls are dressed while walking there. You need to see how they are dressed. They compel you that you must expose your contours. There's no way you want to go, you know, and walk in a snack bar. Just, you know, just a glance at you by a customer already, probably he's already hypnotized or he's already sexually aroused.
And because you need to survive.
For sure. And because you need to survive, they are using you now, you know, to market their products. And because that boy will come there, probably he has, you know, so you too, you're also a point of contact. You're also advertising yourself because of vulnerability and because you want to survive. And we've seen people like that. We've seen children as young as 11, 12 years, they are pregnant. We've seen children at night walking and selling snails and selling funny things.
And some of them are already smoking.
And already
drinking fighter.
So because of this constant exposure with other people and because of the fast need of cash, they are...
Since he's a journalist and he's been looking at a lot on this, the indecency does not even just end here in Moliko. We don't just see it here. It goes right up to social media.
For sure. The social media as well, it's a place for nobody. It's
no man's land.
It's a public place. Because that's why it's social media. It's a place where you meet all sorts of people.
Especially TikTok.
And people are on social media for their agendas. They have their reasons for being on social media. So we all want views. We all want comments. We all want.
She says happening, babe. She says happening, babe.
What's happening now? You don't want to. Should you be known
for the wrong
thing? You know, negatively. You know, like we said earlier, Buea has the potentials. Buea has won awards in things that even towns like Douala, Yaoundé have not won, especially in technology, especially in education. But why can we not celebrate Buea
in that light? Yeah,
but because we all love, we all love perverse, we all love negative things. We all love to see breast. We all love to see, things that will not help us in any way.
Yeah.
That's what we always put in front. And somebody would prefer to leave Yaoundé or leave Douala and probably come here for a weekend, book a hotel kind of a thing, or book a guest house and enjoy himself. After all, the girls here are also vulnerable, so you come here, probably they're even cheaper here than towns like Douala or Yaoundé.
Metuga, you will not say that about the Now
it's not about UV, because we have other schools here in Buea, especially here in Moliko. So we are not calling any school. We are saying that their students, of course, are doing things that don't represent them. We are not tagging any school, because we respect them and we know that they are here to transform lives, just like what Prophet said earlier, and not to, give them virtues that will not help them.
Yeah, Prophet Wari, I'm coming to you. The same topic. I just want to take this contribution. It says, "Greetings, Mano and crew." But it's not as bad as people have painted it to be. The indecency happens almost everywhere and in all towns and villages. The people living in Buea know the value of content on social media, and so make good use of their camera whenever the opportunity arises. And that is why Buea is trending thanks to social media. So we know the good use of our camera, and we must be trend on social media, and we are not even trending for the good things. I think there's this you saw that trend where this lady puts a camera on the ceiling
and twerk.
That was not the original video. The original video is she puts the camera up the ceiling and is washing utensils. The whole thing turned into twerking.
Yeah.
And the number of girls from Buea who use that sound, or they called it the camera on the ceiling, they call it the ceiling challenge. It was horrible until somebody had to make a remark, and they had to go dig the original video. It was a white woman, well dressed, with her husband and her child, doing chores in the kitchen. Nothing twerking. So how then did these people reach to the twerking part? Buea people are just going, all the Buea girls are just moving forward with so much negativity than we can comprehend.
They always go to the extreme.
Yeah, you said that. You said that. So, Prophet Wari, I want you
do those things, exposing their breasts and do those type of funny type of videos. You discover that if they don't have more views, people were drinking, whether it was pouring something on their body like soup, or somebody go in a muddy environment. There was a song that came and
I drink my alcohol.
Yeah,
I sip my alcohol, and the guy actually launched a challenge that he wanted to see the best video, and people were pouring oil on their body. That's why I sip my alcohol. And then the guy finally gave it to this white money who was in the Big Brother house, because he just used the glass and he sipped the alcohol. It was that simple.
You see?
Yeah.
So people are trying all possible means to trend, and if you look at it very well, especially in TikTok, most of the videos that trends are foolish videos.
Nudity.
Somebody will say that you member Sute auntie. Everybody say member Sute. What is member Sute? So at times when it is time for God to announce you, He will use the foolish things to announce you. So you cannot force yourself to be announced, to be known. So people expose their breast. The issue of breast and boots and all those things, we are tired of them. Let me just be sincere. We are tired of seeing. Yes, it doesn't move us anymore.
It's not a new thing.
It's not a new thing anymore. So,
but what's new is the fact that this indecency is gradually getting into the church.
Yeah, I think. Let me just share. Let me just say something. There's a testimony that I want to share, or a story. A pastor who is so powerful had to invite a man of God to come and minister in his church. So the man of God came to his city. So what I'm saying, at times environment have influence to play over the way you dress.
Okay.
The environment. At times your weather, it has an influence to play over the way you dress. When winter is over, when people approach spring and summer, you discover that just the heat of the sun is more than gold to the Europeans. So they want to absorb that heat that comes from the sun, and they want it to touch their bodies. So they'll go to the beach and expose themselves. Wear those skimpy wear.
It's extremely cold, so you must be able to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And if you come to a snack bar, for example, probably there in Buea town, you hardly see someone really expose herself as such because of the but since they are down there, and for them night like day is always hot, they are bound to go with the flow. But again, it promotes indecency.
That's what I was saying, because I said this to Pastor Agbo Evelyn. I said sometimes we may be saying these girls are indecent, but it's just climatic conditions. Places are too hot, and these girls need to put up the crop top so that air can pass. But then again, someone said it's not an excuse, because we have very light fabrics. You can be well covered, but the fabric is so light in a way that you do not feel hot at all. So please, our dear sisters, even the boys, we are here talking about girls. If you look at some boys, sometimes you will cry.
Yeah, let me say something. When you go on social media and you expose yourself, I think when you are seeking for a job, they'll always require you to give your address, maybe your social, your email address, and all those things. Those addresses like that, they are for
to trace you.
Yes, they will go to trace you. They'll be watching your videos to know your person. They will not know from the interview that you have here, because you can come like a sheep, but or a wolf in sheep clothing. Now, when they try to check and they say, this one, the way he's drinking these shivas is going to finish the revenue of the company. So they are going to explore. They are going to explore your life. You kept it there thinking that you're a big boy, and you discover that though you are qualified for the job, though you are ready to give in the best, but you don't have the opportunity because they have checked your file. But
biologically, like I was explaining to Pastor Evelyn before you came, biologically, right, we have what they call the deviant age, where everyone wants to go against the norm. So I just want to be, you don't know what's happening, but then you just feel like if your mom says no short skirts, you want to put on short skirts. If your mom says no crop tops, you want to put on crop tops. So I do not know. Now maybe as we have gotten to this stage where we are trying to give recommendations as to how these girls can manage. First of all, Metuke said we have no dressing culture. If you find a girl, if we see a girl putting on the, in quotes, kaba to go to school, we'll laugh at her. But if you want to go check, that's let's say a girl from Bakure, and she knows very well that as a young lady, she can put on her kaba. But if she's entering UB with her kaba, they're going to mock at her. And if you you hardly find a guy tying sanja to go study. But why then do we find it easy to dress like Kado Delisa? Why do we find it easy to dress like Ina? So it's I don't think we don't have a dressing culture. I think we are confused.
Yes, yeah.
We do know what to do, but we don't want to do it.
We are not sticking to our dressing culture.
Exactly.
That's also the effect of colonization. But look at how the Ghanaians appear
at the AFCON.
At the AFCON.
You saw the way the Ghanaians they dress so unique. Cameroon as well tried, but again, they were not provided with shoes, so any man kind of a thing. And we have people like this because we lack that culture, we lack that sense of belonging. Nigeria, like Ghana, if you look at, of course, their history, these are countries that are deeply rooted with their culture. You don't joke with them. There, a chief says a word, a chief has spoken. You know, it stands. So that's why I could see them. Even as footballers, when they leave and go to Europe, they are not carried away by whatever thing they see there in Europe.
Because the indecency is creeping inside the church, not only with the Christians, even the brides. Have you seen the bride going on her wedding day? You will cry. But this bride is a Bakurian. This bride is from Manu. What happened? But you find her putting on the how do they call it, off shoulder.
If I may add to what you're saying, I've seen in a scenario that a bride was sent back to go and change.
Exactly.
So it depends the environment. So the decency is talking about, yes, the place that you are. Like in my church, you don't wear it with like sleeveless wedding gown. You don't do that.
Yeah, because in so many churches here, the bride comes as she wants to come. So you just want to see you guys singing, and you just look at the bride. Like,
before I want to get married, there's something that they call a counseling. And the pastor will tell you that in my church, I don't wear a sleeveless wedding gown. So if you want to come, beware. After that, you can enjoy whatever.
And it's so annoying to see that we have taken the indecency. That's what I'm saying. It's where we are confused. You see somebody wanting to put on the togo, but that indecency must be togo. Togo, you must practice it. They will wear the togo very well, which is cultural and nice. They will be sleeveless. Her breast will be out, and I'm like, why are you ruining your traditional attire? The traditional attire says put on togo, and the togo is supposed to be against your neck. Why are we changing it? So realize that we are, like you said previously, we're trying to evolve, but I don't know, our own evolution, are we going back
to the extremes.
No, we're not going forward. We're going back. Because if you even look, if you want to copy, like I was saying, that no, this dress is very fashionable, it's vintage, that's the word. If you look at the vintage, it comes from the 90s, the outfits from the 90s. I was checking the outfits of the 90s yesterday. They are super decent. Like, you see the bridesmaids of the 90s and even the 60s, it's like she's the bride.
That's why marriage don't last nowadays, because you cannot present what you need to present to your husband on your wedding day in public. You know, this is the problem that Vashti had with the king. The king wanted the wife to nice dresses and parade for people to see your beauty. No, the wife said this food is meant only for you to consume. So the king thought that it was rebellion and they had to change Vashti. For me, Vashti had no advocate, because you cannot expose your commit adultery because of that.
Yeah.
So that is what the society is facing nowadays. Weddings they are so spicy, but at the end you discover that 3 months people are going in to sign in for divorce.
I'll take for example like my wedding.
Please hold on. I'm just so angry that I got to know that Metiga was coming in quite late. I think I had this conversation with like 5 people. Metiga's wedding was the most unique wedding I've seen in a whole long time. It was traditional from the beginning to the end. Metiga did not spare. I'm telling you, like, I'm sure after this he's going to give you and show you videos. I think at one point you put on something that looks like the Ghanaians.
It was totally Ghanaian.
My
goodness. We went for the kente fabric. My wife went for the same. You know, she stitched hers and I mean like covering everything. And I went in for, I mean, from head to toe everything was kente.
No,
and
even
on the invitation,
so nice.
when I give it up, people were like, "Na traditional wedding," because we always do that. I said African wear, so I was expecting my guest. Of course, bring out something that represents Nigeria. Bring out something that represents Ghana. Bring out just Africa. You know, but because we are limited, whenever I see something African or something traditional, you just believe that is you must go and wear dog or talk less of a suit. Please keep it for that day. You can wear it later on.
I think you're the first couple. You guys are the first couple who actually wore the Iyasu.
Thereafter,
yeah.
When we changed, when we changed, our second outfit was Iyasu. She wore a kaba. I wore my Iyasu up and down, and we were good.
Prophet, it was amazing.
Like, people,
it was colorful.
People really felt like, but we said that is us.
It was colorful.
That is us. Let the white man also watch our video, our wedding video, and say, wow, you know, Africa has something to represent.
Yeah.
But if you wear a suit and he wears a suit, who is who? So let me stick to what I belong to. Let me stick to, and that's why I said earlier that we need to have a dressing culture in this country.
Yeah.
We don't have. Look at even our ministers. There is a cultural manifestation. A governor, a minister, a whosoever who come in suit in the heat of a cultural manifestation like Bando that passed recently, Rachel Boya. What kind of a suit are you wearing on that day, my brother and my sister? Why not dress traditionally? Even if you don't have to wear the traditional regalia of the people.
Your own.
Will you wear your own from your village?
Exactly.
It's about culture.
But if you don't want to wear your own, you can even go by the Muslims.
But because we are so carried away with the white man mentality, until I wear a suit before I become a groom, or I become a gentleman, or
a member of the government. Yeah, that's when you feel like you're a government official.
So it's all about suits. Even the minister of culture, I've never seen him with any Cameroonian traditional regalia. I'm sorry to say this. Yeah. It suits day in day out. You go for cultural, you go to Ngon, you go to Ngondo, you come to is suit. What are we teaching our children? How can they learn? That's why, as you said earlier, if someone ties if a girl wears a kaba now and goes for lectures, it's like,
what was that? What are you doing?
If a boy wears a shirt and kind of go for lectures, but meanwhile, these are the kind of things that we should have been implementing, even once a week.
Cultural day.
A cultural day.
Yes.
In our schools,
exactly.
Once a week, so that it imbibes in them.
Yeah.
As I told you again earlier, that when Ghanaians, when they came to, when they traveled to, it was quite it's making rounds over social media, because from head to toe they wore their sandals and they wore their kente, they wore their chain, from their coach to the list of the players, everyone, and it was so unique. But our players, because of the mentality, of course, they wore something African. But again, what they wore, it means that even if tomorrow we tell them that they should tie Sanja and go for the World Cup, but they will be sport. They will be sport. because it's
horrible.
all about no, believe that no, it must always be. But culture is culture. We should not abuse
And
it.
culture is quite
And
unique and beautiful.
who can uphold it if not us?
Yeah.
We are Africans, and we should give Africa its place.
Yeah.
We should celebrate these good values that we have, so that when they live over there and come here, they say that okay, at least there's something unique. There is something we need to exploit, and we can even concretize on them. We can monetize our culture.
You know, someone watching his wedding will say this is an African wedding.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he was going for. When you
That was
watch
the concept.
Metuge's wedding, you don't need a soothsayer to tell you you're watching an African wedding. And so we can easily differentiate between his wedding and that of the white man. Because when we talk about Cameroonians are the upholders of Western culture apart from their own culture. And it's really, 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 really painful. So I'll start with you, Profewari. We're soon moving out of the studio. Just look at the camera. Give a summary of what you brought here for the viewers and an advice to those of us who are lost and we are now fallen, because as you said, the indecency is as a result of us falling, right? So just look into your camera and talk to the people.
Yes, I think I will talk and I will lay emphasis on some scriptures. If we look carefully, the book of Luke chapter 5 verse 15, the Bible made mention of a man that was born blind. They called him blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus. And when Jesus Christ had to call him to come, the first thing that he did was that he pulled off his garments. And when he came closer to Jesus, Jesus asked a question that sounds funny. As God in flesh, being all-knowing, he asked a question: what do you want me to do for you? In other words, he told him, he did not pray for him. He told him that, go, your faith has made you whole. The man said, I want to see. He said, go, no prayer. Because what brought blindness in blind Bartimaeus was the quote, because the word blindness means ignorance. When people lack exposure, knowledge, they dress anyhow. So I think that if blind Bartimaeus maintained the suit, he would have still remained blind despite the prayers. So we must come to this understanding. There was also a man that had legions of demons. When Jesus casted out the demons from the man and sent it to the pigs, the Bible said the man came to the feet of Jesus Christ and knelt down and worshipped him. Then Jesus Christ clothed him and gave him a dress to put on. And the Bible said he came back to his senses. In other words, when somebody doesn't dress decently, the person has lost his senses. So this man loses his senses and suffer from legions of demons. At times, you cannot even differentiate a madman from a Malian.
They're the same people.
They're
right?
the same people. The way they dress, the way they look, the way
they
walk,
behave.
the way they behave. You see, so I think we must do everything possible to make sure that we help people know what we have in our inside. Your content will be a reflection of your appearance.
Okay.
In Psalms 133 verse 1, the Bible says, behold how good and pleasant. So good talks of the character, the attributes of God. Pleasant talks of the appearance of Christians. You cannot say that you are a child of God and you are putting on a funny type of gown and a long hair scarf, and you say you are carrying the Holy Spirit, you are living the life of God. If it is a life of God, it will show outwardly.
Okay.
It will be pleasant.
Yeah, because some people are like, God sees with the heart, not what I put on.
If it is good, it must be pleasant.
Yeah.
That is just a simple truth about that scripture. Yeah, so we must encourage people to look decent, appear decent, and also the parents need to play a vital role. In Proverbs 22 verse 6, the Bible says, train up a child
in the way
he should go, so that when he is old, he shall not depart from it. So there is a dimension of age that it devours deliverance.
Okay.
There's a dimension of age that if you continue with a habit, there's a time period where deliverance cannot help you. Because when he is old, he shall not depart. He shall not depart means even the anointing oil from synagogue cannot help. So when you give a child a funny type of training, I watch on the social media, little children were drinking
alcohol,
whiskey
and
black.
people were watching,
People were watching it.
And they had
Yes, some of them, they were having sex, behaving as if they were having sex. So women were filming it. Yes, they were happy. They were doing doggy. Little children of about 7
people were there and clapping and doing nonsense.
Probably happy that they are
the leaders of tomorrow.
No, happy that their children are copying.
Coughing,
Because of course they say once you see a a mango tree, or want to see a mango, no, that is not far from the tree. So definitely they are just happy that their children are coming up the way they want them to come out.
Exactly, yeah, that's the best explanation.
And I'll tell you, after this, my child, I have the right to teach the child the way he or she probably when he grow up tomorrow, he will decide. Probably God will call him.
Decide how?
Probably God may call him.
And that child will become a stumbling block, will become a thorn to your flesh. You are drinking beer and you give your child a sip to take. And you don't know that you are training that child and you are building the immune system to adapt to it. Yeah. So we must come to this realization. And I also want us to understand that what you sow, that's what you are going to harvest.
You will be the one to harvest first.
Before end of God is not more. Whatsoever a man sow, that shall he harvest. And the harvest is always greater than the seed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always greater than the seed. So if you are allowing your children to be loose, allow them to live any kind of life, so that tomorrow you face the consequences of that.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Prophet Barry, for that insightful word there. We get to you, Mr. Stanley. I love the set. It's really balanced. We have a man of God and we have someone who is there in society, talks about the society, looks at the society with his own critical eye. So, Mr. look at the camera. I know when you heard of the topic, there was something in you. For you to even use your wedding as an example, it means this issue has been a burning issue, and that's why you decided to do things differently. So please look at that camera and strike those points as hard as you can, so that someone who watches, if it is just only you, the person can come across, the person will pick something and will change their life.
Well, my take-home message to our keen viewers this afternoon is that they should come back home. Back home, come back from where it all started. It's never too late. The Bible makes us understand that our tomorrow, of course, must be greater
than our today.
So there's always hope. No matter how far you've gone, they tell us that no matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you back home. Until you come back home, until you understand who you are, until you understand the virtues of being a responsible citizen, first of all, and being a responsible child, and being a responsible parent, only then can you understand that God created you for a purpose. And we must understand that whatever thing we are doing, God is watching. Yeah, the society is watching. We've seen many of our peers getting themselves into trouble, getting themselves into things that they ought not to be there, because probably they were there or they were doing the right thing at the wrong time. Which is not good. Most of us we've grown in that in those atmosphere where
in the quarters of the quarters.
That Cartier, that quarter, that Mboko. It's not because some of us probably grew up in the palace. No, we are not palace children. We grew up in those, but we took the path because we know who we are. Yeah, we know where we are coming from. If tomorrow I'm being locked up at the police station, who is there for me? Nobody. I look behind me, there's nobody. Yeah. So the only way to be responsible is by taking my life into my hands. Because I don't want to go to jail, because I don't want to find myself into trouble. The best I can do is just to do, just be responsible, so that the society at least to benefit something from me. So I'm just begging my peers, begging my brothers, begging my sisters that please, it's always good to be late than to be sorry.
Thank you.
It's always good to be late than to be sorry. No matter how deep you've gone, I think that God has given you another chance to come back to the society, and let's try to change Cameroon. Of course, the laws that we have, someone says they are very good laws, but implementation is a problem. All right. So if everyone is going to school naked, because we are all, we're all big boys and girls. We're not in the university, so we can do what we can do. After my parents are in Yaoundé, they are in Bamenda. No, I'm here all alone. I scored the shots.